Back at the studio. John Scott had just finished drinking his Dr. Fago, while Stephen Chestnut had just rinsed his face off in the bathroom. He's wearing a tank top and black denim blue jean pants and black iron toe boots. He slides his plaid shirt back on and exits the bathroom. John Scott meets him halfway with his hoodie on, all dressed in black. They decide to meet Jeremy Kevings, unaware that he was dead, at their planned destination, his house, a few blocks down the street, but over a new overpass that had just been put underneath the construction. It had been in construction a couple days ago. The two exit the film studio, and Scott O'Brien is seen alongside the road, smoking a cigarette, walking back and forth. He's seeming to have PTSD for the moment. John Scott wanted to ask Stephen Chestnut if he should check and see if Scott's okay. And Stephen says, "Nah, leave him alone. He just saw his lead actress die. He had to recast and for the lead, etc. Just leave him be." Stephen Chestnut walks forward toward the car and enters the car key into the key port and turns it and opens the door. John Scott stares at Scott O'Brien, the movie director, and walks forward and jumps in the shotgun. Bangs on the car window door simply because he couldn't get the door open, and Stephen Chestnut, who couldn't get the door open from the inside, kicks the door open. He opens the door. He opens the door as he kicked it open, and gets into the vehicle automatically and slams the door behind, putting his seatbelt on. He puts the seatbelt on and then turns the ignition switch inside the car. He then backs forward into the lane and drives up the parking ramp past Scott O'Brien, the director, who swiftly performs a 180 degrees turn as he smokes the last bit of a cigarette, in which he throws it in a trash can nearby. Scott O'Brien did not notice that when Scott O'Brien walked away, Death Design formally the swirl tactic, in which the cigarette was sucked out of the trash can and into the wind. The wind carried the cigarette multiple minutes away to the oil rig where the original disaster had occurred a few months earlier. It ended up in a small drainage tunnel, which inside the main reactor, which was snagged and caught the main reactor on fire inside the reactor itself. The reactor is starting to redden up as John Scott and Stephen Chestnut's car approaches the new overpass named Guillory Way. Overpass. The overpass, which had replaced the former overpass Shatner Way, our overpass 785, had just been finished being put underneath construction. However, this overpass was cut off between two alleyways one half of the overpass, and then the other half of the overpass was cut off by another overpass, causing a surplus X down the middle. The first overpass to ever be created with an X, seemingly X marks the spot, causing two overpasses perpendicular across each other, both diagonal down the middle from each other.